strike arrives, a silver calm comes over my mind. Every shadow falls away, leaving only what I can escape. No racing nerve, only the truth of what this moment deserves. Right before the world is torn apart, a clean light settles in my heart. Hold it still, let it show. One clear breath, then let go. I feel the noise withdraw in waves. The restless down no longer stays. The air grows thin, the tension fades, and something quiet takes its place. My hands don't shake, my eyes don't burn. I've reached the point where instincts turn, not into fear, not into haste, but into focus I can trust and face. In that pause, the edge feels bright, like daybreak pressed against the night. And all at once I understand how calm can live inside command. Clarity before the strike arrives, a silver calm comes over my mind. Every shadow falls away, leaving only what I can escape. No wasted motion, no racing nerve, only the truth of what this moment deserves. Right before the world is torn apart, a clean light settles in my heart. No excess thought, no heavy sound, just one straight line pulling me now. I used to think the strongest ones were loud enough to drown the rush, but strength can live in measured grace, in quiet blood, in steady pace. The blow begins before it lands, inside a soul that understands that perfect force is not a cry, it's knowing when and knowing why. Clarity before the strike turns real, a sharpened calm I've learned to feel. No drifting fear, no scattered flame, only the center calling my name. This is the second I become more than the fear, more than the sum of all the storms I carry through. One clear thought and then I move, clear as light, still as bone. Then the world feels my resolve. Hey! Stillness at full tension now. The silence shows me where and how. Every wire is pulled so tight, it almost stops to think. Hey, fractured thought, no scattered breath, only the line that leads me next. When all around me twists and swarms, I rise inside a steadier form, and in the flash where fear is worn, my focus becomes the break in the The silent target lock comes on. Everything else is nearly gone. Only the shape I came to find, burning steady in my mind. No thunder rolls, no wild command, just quiet fire in my hands. In the stillness sharp and deep, I hold the line I'm meant to keep. I'm meant to keep. No wasted sound, no blurred desire. A single point, a silent wire. The room grows thin, the air turns clean, like something cuts between the scenes. The smaller details drift away and leave the one thing I must face. My heartbeat doesn't rush or race, it settles into measured pace. I do not need to force my sight, the target rises from the night. No anger here, no frantic chase, just combat never leaves a trace. And in that hush, I start to know how far a steady mind can go. The silent target lock comes on. Everything else is nearly gone. Only the shape that came to find, burning steady in my mind. No thunder rolls, no wild command, just quiet fire in my hands. In the stillness sharp and deep, I hold the line I'm meant to keep. I'm meant to keep. One clear mark, one narrow beam, no loose thought can split this scene. I used to think that focus meant a harder breath, a tighter chest, but now it feels like winter glass, transparent, still, and built to last. No need to prove, no need to shout. The doubt is there, then fades back out. What stays with me is clean and true. The aim I trust to pull me through. The silent target lock holds fast. No looking forward, none to the past. Only the now refined and bright. Only the center in my sight. No trembling edge, no hidden break. Just all I am, awake, awake. When the world falls dim and parts, the target answers to my heart. Quiet aim, steady light. Only one inside my The real gets ghost J voice can enter now. I used to think that focus meant fighting hard against the tension, but feels more like letting go of everything I do not need to hold. Not cold, not empty, not erased, just fully gathered into place. A human heart can sharpen to and still stay honest, coming through. The quiet killing zone draws near. No wasted motion, no trace of fear. The air turns thin, the silence stays as judgment sharpens through the haze. No warning cry, no sudden spark, just one clear line inside the dark, where every choice cuts clean and cold, and mercy bends to what I Hold it still, let it land. No loose breath, no trembling hand. A moment hangs without a sound, like time itself won't touch the ground. The distant noise is sealed away and leaves me with the weight to face. My heartbeat moves but slow and deep, like something ancient I can keep. No frantic rush, no blinded flame, just quiet power without a name. The closer it comes, the calmer I get. No second guess, no hint of regret. In that stillness, hard and true, the final path comes into view. The quiet killing zone draws near. No wasted motion, no trace of fear. The air turns thin, the silence stays as judgment sharpens through the haze. No warning cry, no sudden spark, just one clear light inside the dark, where every choice cuts clean and cold, and mercy bends to what I know. Nothing loud, nothing wild, only truth tight and final. I used to think that moments like this would burn with rage I couldn't resist, but now they come in quieter ways. A narrowed world, a steady gaze, not empty, no, and not unkind, just fully locked inside the line. A human soul can still stay whole while carrying out a fatal role. The quiet killing zone stands clear. Every signal brings it near. No shattered thought, no fractured aim, only the nerve to quiet force, precise and lean, not empty, not without a cost. Just knowing what can still be lost. A human heart can narrow down and yet stay steady through the sound. Lock vision, battlefield. Now the last unknown is revealed. Every broken edge aligns underneath these sharpened eyes. No second pull, no restless turn. Only the mark I have to learn. When the whole world contracts to light, I become still enough to fight. Oh, one fixed stare, one close seam, war grows small inside my mind over the fight, no more move tonight. A steady hand, a clearer light. When everything is down to one, I trust the calm of what I've become. No rushing pulse, no reckless flame. Only a thought too sharp to name. At the edge where endings prove, I let my mind define the final move. Hold it still, see it through. Nothing loud, only true. The pressure used to shake my frame and make each choice feel twice as hard. But now the noise recedes in waves and leaves the center clean and stark. My breathing settles deep and slow. My eyes read what they need to know. No need to force, no need to flee. The answer starts arriving quietly. The closer it gets, the less I chase. Everything falls into its place. And in that pause so cold, so smooth, I find the nerve to choose the truth. Mind over the final move tonight. A steady hand, a clear light. When everything is down to one, I trust the calm of what I've become. No rush impulse, no reckless flame. Only a thought too sharp to name. At the edge where endings prove, I let my mind define the final move. Cut the doubt, thin the air. One last path waiting there. I used to think the final step would come with foes I couldn't hold. But sometimes strength is quieter, a deeper kind of self-control. Not empty, not untouched by fear, just strong enough to keep it clear. A human heart can carry heat and still let reason lead its speed. Mind over the final move burns bright. The last decision falls in line. No fractured will, no blurred intent. Only the weight of what this meant. I do not break, I do not drift. I let the clearest instincts lift. used to think that strength would roar and shake the walls down to the floor, but now I know it's cold to face. Steadier pulse, a finer grace. Not empty, not untouched by fear, just clear enough to keep it near. A human heart can stay alive and let stillness run the fire. Silence commands the fight so clear and pulls the final answer near. No scattered will, no fractured frame, only the calm that knows my name. Where clash and consequence collide, I keep the deeper self alive, and in the moment sharp and wide, the silence wins what force can guide. Quiet holds, still remains, no words spoken, still it The last thought standing holds the line when all the restless lights decline. Every scattered voice is gone and leaves me with a single word. No wasted fear, no borrowed sound, just the truth that stays around. In the hush where choices land, I trust the thought that chose to stand. One remains, cold and bright, one clear word cuts the night. A thousand signals cross my mind, too many roads to read in time. But one by one they faded out and left no room for noise or doubt. My breathing slowed, my vision stayed on something simple, something grave and not perfect, no, not free from strain, just steady through the narrowing frame. The closer it gets, the more I see what truly belongs to me. And in that space, stripped down and bare, the final answer waits me there. The last thought standing holds the line when all the restless lights decline. Every scattered voice is gone and leaves me with a single word. No wasted fear, no borrowed sound, just the truth that stays around. In the hush where choices land, I trust the thought that chose to stand. No excess pull, no broken chain, only the core of what remains. I used to think that clarity would feel like something grand and clean, but sometimes it arrives more worn, like quiet strength after the storm. Not fearless, not untouched by pain, just honest enough to still remain. A human heart can lose so much and still hold one clear thing to trust. The last thought standing leads me through past all the inside. Time stands still, but I move through with a sharper view than I ever right on the edge where the silence turns. I lock my heart where the pressure burns. No drifting now, no second thought. This is the line, this is the I heard the world go thin and clear, like every distant sound disappeared. The weight of doubt fell out of place and left me staring truth in the face. My breath came slow, my pulse stayed tight. Steady flame in the deepest night. What used to shake me lost its claim. The fear was there, but not the same. One step closer, the air gets bright. Every instinct pulls me right. In that second, I finally learned how calm can live where the stakes still burn. Focus at the point of no return. Every nerve is ready to burn. No way back, no room to hide. I feel the answer rise inside. Time stands still, but I move through with a sharper view than I ever knew. No looking down, no scattered mind. All that I am falls into line. I was not fearless, I was awake, holding the moment that I could not fake. The closer the ending, the clearer it came. Some doors only open inside the flame. Focus where the road won't turn, where the past has lost concern. I won't break and I won't bend. I can feel the old noise end. In this instant, clean and bright, everything narrows into light. At the edge where the soul stands firm, I become calm at the point of no return. No retreat, no blur. Only this, and who I am Mind sailed for combat, cold and steel. Every doubt bends to my will. Voices fade when the signal drops. I become the silence before it starts. No wasted breath, no scattered light. Everything narrows and locks in tight. Right at the edge where the warnings halt, I stand unshaken, stripped to the core. Shut it down. Cut it clean, nothing soft between. I did not lose myself tonight. I pulled it inward, held it right. Not every battle starts with rage. Some begin when you clear the stage. No prayer left, no need to speak. Only the part of me I keep. The world goes dark, the center stays. It leads me through the coming blaze. soft and sharp. I can see the living mark. Thought sharpens the blade tonight, turning pressure into light. Every doubt is honed away, till only the truest edge remains. No on fire, no reckless swing, just a finer, colder thing in the stillness, clean and grave. My mind becomes a living Draw it slow, let it gleam. It starts beneath the skin somehow. A quiet shift I feel right now. The noise that filled the air before can't reach the center anymore. Each breath becomes a measured spark. Each instinct leaves a cleaner mark. I do not rush, I do not break. I only feel the edge awake. The deeper I go, the less I wait. No extra fear, no borrowed haste. What once was dull begins to fade, and thought steps forward thin and Thought sharpens the blade tonight, turning pressure into light. Every doubt is honed away, till only the truest edge remains. No on fire, no reckless swing, just a finer, colder thing in the stairs. No gliding nerve, might need to cut this moment I used to think that strength was loud, a harder face, a voice turned proud. But something deeper found me here, a steadier hand, a cleaner fear. Not fearless, no, but finely drawn, like steel that waits before the dawn. There's something human in that grace, the calm that sharpens what I face. Thought sharpens the blade within and carves a path beneath my skin. Every fragment like pressure itself reveals what is real, and in that space severe and fine, I trust the weight of the chosen line. The decisive focus line burns bright, a single thread that splits the night. Everything else falls out of view when all I am runs straight and true. No wasted doubt, no sideways pull. The second hits me clean and full. At the point where win or loss is drawn, my mind holds steady and moves on. Lock it in, let it stay. Every nerve points one way. I used to think that moments like this would come with noise I could not resist, but truth arrives in quieter form, a sharpened center inside the storm. Not perfect, no, still flesh and bone, still carrying things I've always known, but something human can become precise enough to mean what comes. The decisive focus line stands clear. The one true path is pulling near. No broken thought, no scattered flame, only the mark that calls my name. Where victory and failure meet, I gather all of me to one heartbeat, and in the flash that defines the sign, I become still inside the line. One fixed point, one clear breath. The world narrows and nothing bends. Precision in the final second, where every nerve is fully present. No wasted move, no drifting down. This is what it comes down to. One breath held, one line made true. A world of noise cut clean in two. At the edge where outcomes live, I become exact in what I give. Hold it there, do not sway. One small shift decides the day. The pressure gathers without sound, like all of time is closing down. 100 thoughts once filled my head, but only one moves through instead. My hands stay calm, my vision stays fixed inside this narrow space. No need for force, no need for show, just the cleanest thing I know. The smaller the window, the clearer I see how much of the moment belongs to me. And in that flash, so thin, so bright, I trust the calm that guides me right. Precision in the final second, where every nerve is fully present. No wasted move, no drifting down. This is what it comes down to. Now one breath held, one line made true. A world of noise cut clean in two. At the edge where outcomes live, I become exact in what I give. No excess weight, no restless fire. Only the mark, only the wire. I used to think the final beat would feel like panic in my teeth, but now it comes in quieter form, a sharpened stillness inside the storm. Not fearless, no, and not untouched, just steady when it matters most. A human Precision in the final second. Now the whole field feels connected. Every detail falls in place. Every instinct finds its shape. No broken rhythm, no blurred intent. Only the path this moment meant. And when the last thin instant calls, I turn 1 second into all. One clear pulse, one clean thread, one clean thread. Victory lives in one heartbeat. The edge of clear intent burns bright, where all I am stands up tonight. No drifting thought, no weakened flame, only the will that knows my name. The noise falls back, the air turns thin, and something steady pulls me in. At the line where all things bend, I stand awake in clear intent. Hold it close, cut it clean. One true path, one sharp beam. A moment ago, the world was wide. Too many voices side by side. Too many ways to lose the thread. Too much alive inside my head. But then it changed without a sound. The weight of doubt fell to the ground. My breathing slowed, my sight grew straight. Like something in me chose its shape. The nearer it comes, the less I hide. No second self, no place to divide. And in that calm, so spare, so dense, I feel the force of consequence. The edge of clear intent burns bright, where all I am stands up tonight. No drifting thought, no weakened flame, only the will that knows my name. The noise falls back, the air turns thin, and something steady pulls me in. At the line where all things bend, I stand awake in clear intent. No loose fear, no disguise, only truth in my eyes. I used to think that certainty would feel like steel or victory, but sometimes it arrives more bare. A quiet weight I choose to wear. Not perfect, no, not free from ache. Just fully ready for the stake. A human heart can still be kind and yet move forward, fully aligned. The edge of clear intent holds fast. No reach behind, no pull from past. Every scattered part of me falls into one identity. No wasted word, no broken frame, only the fire without a flame. At the point where all things descend, I become the choice I defend. One clear will, one still breath, all is decided. At the edge, focus shapes the outcome now. With steady hands and level ground, what I hold inside my mind becomes the path, becomes the leg. end, fighting hard against the tension. But this feels more like letting go of everything I do not need to hold. Not cold, not empty, not erased, just fully gathered into place. A human heart can sharpen too and still stay honest coming through. Zero distraction protocol. Now the blurred lines fade to null. Every fragment falls away and leaves the one thing I must face. No second pull, no fractured tone. This field of calm is mine alone. In the space where all things slow, I lock on deep and let it show. Silent mind, steady sight. Nothing else gets inside. Thought sharpens the blade tonight, turning pressure into light. Every doubt is hauled away till only the truest edge remains. Oh, hellfire, no reckless swing, just a fighter, colder thing. In the stillness, clean and gray, my mind becomes a living blade. Draw it slow, let it gleam. One clear line, one clear aim. It starts beneath the skin somehow. A quiet shift I feel right now. The noise that filled the air before can't reach the center anymore. Each breath becomes a measured spark. Each instinct leaves a cleaner mark. I do not rush, I do not break. I only feel the edge awake. The deeper I go, the less I waste. No extra fear, no borrowed haste. What once was dull begins to fade, and thought steps forward thin and erased. Thought sharpens the blade tonight, turning pressure into light. Every doubt is honed away till only the truest edge remains. No wildfire, no reckless swing, just a fighter, colder thing. In the stillness, clean and gray, my mind becomes a living blade. No loose end, no clouded nerve, only the cut this moment serves. I used to think that strength was loud, a harder face, a voice turned proud. But something deeper found me here, a steadier hand, a cleaner fear. Not fearless, no, but finely drawn, like steel that waits before the dawn. There's something human in that grace, the calm that sharpens what I face. That sharpens nothing wild, only truth tight and final. I used to think that moments like this would burn with rage I couldn't resist, but now they come in quieter ways. A narrowed world, a steady gaze, not empty, no, and not unkind, just fully locked inside the line. A human soul can still stay whole while carrying out a fatal role. The quiet killing zone stands clear. Every signal brings it near. No shattered thought, no fractured aim. Only the nerve to do the same. In this hush where endings start, I feel the steel inside my heart. And when the last decision grows, I become stiller than the cold. Silent breathing, silent breath, one clear choice. Then the dark speaks in my voice. Locked vision battlefield, every scattered shape is sealed. The wider werewolf falls out of frame and leaves me with a single aim. No drifting glance, no turning back, only the center of the attack, where all the noise dissolves from sight. I hold the point and lock it tight. Nothing's light. One big time. Narrow now. Drawing near. One fixed line clear. It starts before the first move lands. A stillness running through my hands. The distant smoke, the broken light, all fade beneath the harder side. What once felt wide and hard to read now folds into exactly what I need. No wasted motion in my chest, just calm, pulled thin and stripped to its best. The closer it comes, the less I chase. The whole field bends into one place, and in that pull, intense and bright, I find the truth that leads the strike. Locked vision battlefield, every scattered shape is sealed. The wider world falls out of frame and leaves me with a single aim. No drifting glance, no turning back, only the center of the attack, where all the noise dissolves from sight. I hold the point and lock in Cut the blur. Still the air. Nothing else can enter there. I thought that focus had to feel like clenched teeth and burning steel, but sometimes it arrives more clean. A quiet force, precise and lean, not empty, not without a